Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Sarah, and today we're gonna talk about the Baddies Caribbean Reunion Part Dos. Okay, I did watch the first part also last week, but I didn't make a video on it. I kind of wanted to wait for the Diamond, the DTB, and Tesehki fight because that was the one I was really kind of like looking forward to seeing because of, I mean, we all saw the horrendous like videos and pictures from Diamond the Body following that fight. Like her tooth came out, her entire like I guess her jaw was dislocated or something like that, and then she was like had like a split. I don't know, like the inside of her gum was all split, and then there was just like pus coming. I don't know, it was just really bad. And another thing too is I actually saw the Diamond the Body interview with TASHA K on TASHA K Live, which is actually I would recommend you subscribe because she has a lot of good content on there, TASHA K. Anyway, so I saw the Diamond the Body interview with TASHA K, the most recent one, and I felt bad for her, man. Like I'm a Tesehki fan too, because I feel like Tesehki doesn't really bother anyone. She's kind of like that grounded, like lion, king of the jungle. It's like she doesn't really like mess with anyone. But like if you start poking at her, you know what I mean? Like she's not just gonna like sit back and take it, right? So I also do see her point of view because I'm kind of like Tesehki doesn't really mess with anyone. She seems just really like kind hearted, you know what I mean? And this is from what I see on the show, but also just kind of like the nature of her posting, and like I've tuned into some of her IG lives. She seems laid back, like a genuine rational person, and I feel like sometimes people try to like bring her into their fights, but I feel like she always kind of tries to stay neutral because I think she understands that she's got hands, you know what I mean? Like I feel like Tesehki knows her power, you know what I mean, and she's not abusing it. And so like when I saw the Diamond the Body fight with Tesehki, I was like, it was tough to watch because I saw the fight after the interview with Diamond the Body, and she's so also Diamond. She seems so. She's been through a lot, yo. Like she was telling Tasha that, she used to sell her, for money. She's a stripper, but she also used to do those types of services to get by. So she's kind of like, you know what? Like either way, I'm selling my body, right? Whether you selling my body in a fight or, to a man. She's like well aware of the fact that she's still just like a commodity, even at Zeus, right? But she's like, I would rather, take a punch than have to like, suck a man's, so like that just like really broke my heart out. I felt like and she also said this in the interview, like it's not even in her nature to be antagonizing, but she also understands the nature of this game. It's like if you want to stay booked and busy, if you want a callback for next season, you have to show up and you have to show out, basically, right? And being kind of like the new girl, like coming into the group with all these OGs, and I feel like the OGs kind of took a liking to Tinka. Like they didn't really do that with Diamond. I feel like Diamond had to like force her way in a little bit and just kind of stay engaged. That's just what it seemed like. It could be editing or whatever, but that's just what it seemed like. And then also how she was kind of like, I guess she antagonized Tesehki. Honestly, I'm not even really sure what she said online about her because there's just been so much back and forth. I don't even know what's what. But and please leave a comment if you know exactly what this is about. But I just feel like I just feel like Diamond didn't really want to fight. She's really like a sweet person. Like she's been through a lot. She doesn't want this, right? She was even telling a story about how she was on some other show on Now That's TV, and she was fighting, I think, Sydney Star, and she was just like really effing Sydney Star up, like at one point, and she stopped because she was like, "Yo, I don't even want to hurt you like that," And when she noticed that she was actually like doing some real damage, she backed off, and she was like, "I don't really get how the baddies on Zeus like don't really get that this is just for TV. Like at some point, you have to just kind of like." Take a step back and be like, wait, I'm just really hurting this woman right now. Like, let me just, let me just do a little something for the show of it all. But like to really hurt someone. So I guess she was saying she was really shocked that like Tesehki came in with just really like guns blazing and just like went in hard, right? Like this wasn't just like, let me just F you up a little bit. Like, let me just like slap you around a little bit. This was like, you know, I mean, she was really punched, even to the point where TASHA K insinuated that, oh, I think Tesehki was actually taking enhancing drugs, right? Like PEDs, like whatever, testosterone. Uh, because Tasha K was saying like, yo, Tesehki is like, she like punches like a dude, like, you know. And I don't know, I feel like Tesehki just been kind of consistent with her fighting abilities. Like, you know, anyone who's been watching baddies like knows that she's got like hands, so it's nothing new. It wasn't just like something reserved for Diamond. I think it could have just been that, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I guess Diamond was also not really like defending herself, because I guess she had been listening to all these like people on the internet saying like, oh, Diamond, like you don't like move your arms around, because I guess, I mean, because when you're fighting, and I'm no like professional fighter, but even I know that like you got to keep your like guard up, right? You got to like protect that face. And I guess like Diamond was just kind of like doing the whole like, you know, like trying to, you know, when you're trying to look like a fighter, you don't actually know how to box, but you're trying to do the movements. And I feel like, and this is just my observation, again, I'm not like a professional anything, but the thing about Tesehki is that like she kind of just moves around a little bit, but she's fast, right? When she does throw a punch, it's like like it's in and out, and she backs up, in and out. I feel like a lot of the girls that I've been noticing, like when they're fighting, it's like they don't have speed, right? And Tesehki has speed, and I think that's what they're underestimating. So like I feel like sometimes they try to like mimic her movements, like let me try to look like Tesehki, like when I'm fighting, but they don't have the skills. Like she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like everything from like how she moves her head back, and like, you know, I mean, she's a professional, you know, so, but again, I also understand that Diamond the Body, she's trying to, you know, pay her rent, right? Like, and she's like, I think I would rather take a punch from, you know, Tesehki than have to like, you know, take one, you know, go down on it, you know. So I mean, that's a very sad story. So I do sympathize with Diamond. I feel like I don't know. I see both sides in this case. I feel like I understand why Diamond was talking smack. I understand that because she's trying to, you know, secure her spot. But at the same time, I guess Tesehki's trying to do the same thing, right? Because she's really on the show, because everyone's like, oh man, like I think people like to watch, including myself. Like I like seeing how Tesehki just kind of instills so much fear in people, right? Like she doesn't even threaten to fight. Like I feel like some of the other girls who don't even fight as good as Tesehki, they like run their mouths a lot. Like, and Tesehki doesn't really run her mouth because she knows who she is. She knows what she can really do, you know? So I do kind of feel bad for her too, because it's like now people kind of like, you know, want to see her. Like anytime there's tension between Tesehki and anyone else, like immediately that like your eyeballs are like on that, right? Because it's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Tesehki is gonna show us another, like, you know, is she gonna F somebody else up again? Like it's just like that's kind of her brand a little bit on baddies, you know what I mean? So like I feel like Tesehki also had to kind of maybe fight someone on the show to secure her own spot also. I mean, again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, I don't know, but like I'm pretty sure that like, you know, Tesehki's rise to fame was like following her like fights, you know, and when people saw the damage that she can do, that's when, you know, people were really kind of like, damn, like I really F with Tesehki, you know what I mean? Plus she's a nice person, and she's like, you know, she's beautiful, right? So she really has all these like characteristics that are very, very appealing. She doesn't even have to say anything. And like some people are like, oh, she's boring and this and that, and I'm like, she's still very interesting to look at. Like anytime she's in the room, I'm always like, what is Tesehki thinking about this? And when the people are fighting, because I'm always like, is she gonna jump in? Is Tesehki's gonna jump in? Like it's very like, because I would take one Tesehki fight over like 10 other fights any day. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I mean, it's really like paying to, like, it's like a fight that you would pay to watch, right? Because it's like she's an athlete. I feel like watching Tesehki fight is almost like you're really like almost like paying to watch an athlete fight. You know what I mean? Like a boxer or UFC fighter or something like that, you know? It's very interesting. But again, I do maybe feel like seeing what happened to Diamond, I'm starting to question a little bit if like maybe in the next time Tessa gets into a fight, maybe she could hold back a little bit because of the damage that she can really do. And I don't think she wants that on her hands, because I really do think that she's a good person. I don't think she likes to hurt people. She even says that a lot. Like, she's like, I know how traumatizing it can be for someone to be on the other end of my fist, you know? She said that, and she's not the first one to jump into a fight. And I also understand Diamond. Like, she's trying to secure a spot on the show. She's playing the reality show game. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like neutral in this case. I F with both of them. I like them both. I think they're both very beautiful. And I think Diamond, and they both have really amazing music. Like, I love Tesehki's music. Her voice is like, mwah, right? Like, and Diamond the Body, I just recently kind of like started going on her Instagram page, and she's really good at promoting her music, because she's always like posting, you know, with her music in the background. And just, I don't know, it's just like a vibe. It's like, it's good production quality. She has, you know, fun lyrics. Like, she has a great voice. I don't know. She's just like, it's really great songs, really catchy hooks. So I would really suggest you listen to both Diamond the Body and Tesehki's music, because that's what these women really are. They're really stars, you know? And I hope that they really use this platform to just like kind of focus a little bit on the music, you know, following like all of this, attention that they're getting. And I would understand that, like, you know, Zeus is kind of like, you know, casting them for all these like side shows too. So now you have like the Midwest coming out, Baddies in Midwest, and then you have, you know, Baddies Gone Wild, I think it's called, is coming out also. And, you know, so they're booked and busy, and they're making club appearances and so on and so forth. So I understand that maybe, you know, they don't have a lot of time for music, but these two women are really those, like, they can really like go far because they're so talented. So I hope to see a little bit more of that from them.